For today I have a traveler's notebook layout that I'm going to create for you, and I'm going to use the Kaiser Craft Paisley Days collection that I received as part of my design team package from A Cherry on Top. And I'm going to be pairing this collection with a cut file from Cut to You, this gorgeous like cross stitch or quilty looking heart. And I'm also going to be pairing it with some sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps and this stencil. So I have here Worn Lipstick Distress Oxides and Dried Marigold Distress Oxides. And I'm going to use both of them with my Life Changing brushes to create a multicolored kind of background on the right side of my spread. I think that stencils are a great addition to a traveler's notebook page because they're not bulky, but they can add a lot of color, dimension, interest to the background of a traveler's notebook. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to kind of let these two colors mingle and mix. I'm going to do like partial stenciling, and what it's going to do is it's going to almost look like a bokeh background when I'm all finished, which I think it turned out beautiful. This stencil is a really old stencil. It's from Chamel's True Stories collection. So it's probably not available, but I'm sure there are stencils that have tiny hearts all over the place. It seems like something that would be around. I'm just going to keep checking with my cut file because I'm going to back the cut file with all those gorgeous papers from the Kaiser Craft collection, and I want to make sure that I do enough stenciling so that the stenciling can be seen around the cut file. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a frog in my throat this morning. Sorry about that. I'm just going to continue on here, kind of adding the stencils. Stencils are our product focus in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group. So if you're part of that, this will give you another fun use for a stencil. Next, I am going to choose some papers from this collection. So I'm definitely 100% going to pack back all the teeny tiny little pieces in this cut file. I just felt like I really wanted to, and time-wise, it took me 1.5 episodes of a show, because that's what I do. I back my cut files in front of the TV. It's like the only time I watch TV. So if you watch a lot of TV, backing a cut file while you watch TV would be really, it's not that much. It's 1.5 episodes, right? Okay, so I've chosen all of my papers, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some sequin details to this cut file. So I've backed the cut file. Yes, I backed all those teeny tiny little pieces, and look how gorgeous it turned out. Oh, it's so pretty. So these are Peaches and Cream sequins. These are actually on sale this week at the Spiegel Mom Scraps shop, and you can use my discount code too at that shop. So let's talk finances just for a minute. Just hear me out here. So this Kaiser Craft Paisley Days collection is $11. The die cuts I'm going to use in a couple minutes are probably 5, and then maybe 6. And then the sequins are going to be less than $3. So for less than $20, you can have a whole huge, gorgeous collection. How awesome is that? Yeah. But anyway, I couldn't help but say that because it's true. Like, scrapbooking supplies are expensive. But these 3 things together, they work perfectly. The colors match gorgeous. It's a lovely spring collection, and between those 3 items, you get plenty of products to make lots of projects. So I don't want to waste this paper. I've cut a mat for my photo. This is my Miss Ella, my niece, and I told you this week is cut files and photos of Ella. That was the kick I was on this week. And I know that I want that to be my title. You are so very wonderful. Sorry. My puppy just decided that my toe was his favorite chew toy. I kind of lost my train of thought. I think you would always lose your train of thought if a puppy was chewing on your toe while you were trying to do your voiceover. I'm taking my very favorite line stamp from my stash, and I'm going to use it as my journaling. I'm going to go ahead and do all of my journaling, and my fuzzy head was in the way the entire time, so no one needed to see that. Next, I don't want to waste this paper. It has these gorgeous florals on it, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to take the time to fussy cut them. I left a white border around all of these floral images, so that made fussy cutting them very easy. I left, I wasn't super duper careful with fussy cutting them. I just went around the edges, and if something was like if a leaf or something was off the page, I totally just cut it off, because I didn't want this to be a big endeavor, but I didn't want to waste the florals, and I always end up running out of flowers when I have collections with flowers that I really like, and these flowers are gorgeous. So I decided I was not going to waste them. I was going to fussy cut them. And you can see here what I'm doing. Just really easy. Move your paper when you fussy cut. Don't move your scissors. And I always like to leave a white border. I just think it makes cutting super easy. And I don't get into, if you leave a white border, you don't have to get into all the teeny tiny little crevices. So those are my fussy cutting tips. Okay, and now these die cuts. Okay, look at how many die cuts you get in this pack. There's frames, there's title options, there's florals, there's just oodles and oodles of them. So what I'm going to do is, I already have pulled that tag out that I know I want to be my title, and now I'm just going to grab some of these frames. My use for frames is I like to cut them apart and use them as layering pieces. They provide a nice base for a cluster. I'm going to flip through here really quick, and I left this part in just so you could get an idea of all the different die cuts that are in this collection. I'm not going to pull too many because I have those gorgeous florals I fussy cut, but I'm just going to cut apart a couple of the frames and just kind of look and see what's here. I do use this circle because I love it, and I love what it says it made. It's like perfect for the story that I'm telling about my niece here. This was almost a year ago, so she's much bigger than this now. And so I have these flowers. Again, just making things kind of flat. When I did the sequins, I made sure to grab the flat sequins. There's like these little flowers. Those are a little two-dimensional because this notebook is already like a chunky monkey. Let me just tell you. So I didn't want to add a lot of bulk. I was careful about bulk for this particular page. So I'm just gluing everything down. I decided that I want a little more color beside that thing, beside my photo, and I'm going to snip off the side of this die cut so that it fits much nicer on my page, and kind of the placement's just a little bit better with it cut off at the end. So I add this gray piece of frame, and then I decide I want a little more blue over there. I want just a bit more color. So I'm going to grab another frame that's a little bit smaller and tuck it in, and then add my flower. And that's pretty much, I'm going to add some sequins. Of course I'm going to add more sequins, right? Because I want to pull those colors from the sequins over to the other side of my page. I am leaving that cut file just the way it is. I'm letting it just be like a filler page or a decorative page, and just letting it be the star of the show over there. And now I'm just adding some sequins. I'm just going to add 3 sequins to each of my clusters just to pull the sequins through both pages. And that is going to complete this layout. You will find links down below to the Kaiser Craft paper pack and also that ephemera pack. And if you're interested in the sequins, you can find those at Spiegel and Scraps. And I will leave also a link to the Cut to You cut file shop down below as well, because Gwen makes amazing cut files, and I just love them. I love the fact that she has big cut files, like the 12 by 12 one that I used Monday. I love that she does Traveler's Notebook cut files, like the one I'm using today. And I bought oodles of them and cut them all out, so I'm sure you'll be seeing them come into play because they're like in a little container by my desk. And that's going to complete this layout. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you all again on a Friday. Here are some close-ups. Have a great day. Bye.